Hi everybody, welcome to Estella's Revenge. Today is the opening day of Armchair BEA, and I actually haven't done a video blog in about a year, since a little while after last year's event. And so I thought it would be fun to come back and do a video blog for you today. And I just have one simple goal in mind, and that's to tell you all about what I've been reading lately. I tend to go through slumps pretty often. I have a busy job as a PR director. I have a 3-year-old son who takes up a ton of time and energy, and rightly so. And so I'm really kind of astounded that I've read 3 books in the last week. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about those. First of all, I picked up Jean Luen Yang's new series. Well, it's not really a series. It's a set of 2 books revolving around the Boxer Rebellion, and they are called Boxers and Saints, and they'll be out September, I think. If you're not familiar with the name, Jean Yang actually did American Born Chinese, which is an award-winning graphic novel, really aimed at a youth audience, adolescent audience, juvenile audience. But I loved it. It was fantastic. It was multi-layered. It was wonderfully illustrated. It was wonderfully told. And I got exactly that type of quality from Boxers and Saints. I have read some of Jean Yang's other stuff. Most recently, he published Level Up, which I have not read. But I read his previous book. And for the life of me, I cannot remember the name. So look below this post and I will put the name up for you. But by far, American Born Chinese has been my favorite, and Boxers and Saints will be, it's maybe even better, I have to say. You know, the Boxer Rebellion is not a time period or an event that I have a lot of familiarity with. And so I learned a lot from these graphic novels. And it's really interesting because Boxers takes a look at the experience of a young Chinese boy who was on the Chinese side during the Boxer Rebellion, which was more or less a religious civil war in China. So Boxers takes a look at that side, and Saints actually takes a look at the side or the experience of a young girl who converts to Christianity. And it's really, really an enlightening set of books. Like, I would put it up there with some of the greatest graphic novels that I've read, like Persepolis or Mouse. It really tackles that experience and those differences, that sense of otherness, in a really, really beautiful, meaningful way. So you'll see a full review coming from me much closer to publication time, but it's so good I had to share. After that, I picked up Eleanor and Park, which I've seen popping up on so many blogs. My good buddy Heather from Capricious Reader has read it. Chris from Stuff as Dreams Are Made On, and so many more of you that I'm skipping over, and I apologize for that. Eleanor and Park is not my usual kind of book. Admittedly, I don't read a lot of YA. And if it's YA that has love splashed all over the cover, I'm even less likely to watch it, or to read it, I'm sorry. Because I didn't even like being a teenager. I didn't enjoy it. I don't want to go back and do it again. So I just don't enjoy those types of books. And it sounded pretty straightforward. Park is a half Korean young man in the 80s, and Eleanor is kind of a weird, maybe overweight, maybe just bigger than her counterparts, girl with lots and lots of red hair, who comes from a really horrible family. Her mother is with a horrible man, and she has lots of little brothers and sisters that she has to take care of, and things like that. And so the premise didn't immediately call to me or anything. I ran across it in a box of books and was more taken by the cover. That's really what got my attention. But when I started reading this book, I was amazed. It really was sensitively written. It was really smart. It was really nuanced. Really, really nuanced. It was very true to those overwhelming emotions that come with young adulthood that come with adolescence, but it was not cheesy. It was just beautiful. Just beautiful. I got to the last page and I was in tears, and then there's something that happens on the very last page that made me so happy. I literally screamed with joy when I read it. So, I mean, it got a huge reaction from me, and I will do a much better review of that again in the coming weeks. But I had to tell you about it because I just finished it last night, and it was amazing. And I cannot wait to read more from Rainbow Rowell. So those are the 3 books I've read this week. I've also recently finished Orphan Train by Christina Baker Klein, which is fabulous. I didn't think it would be, but it was very good. It's for an upcoming book group meeting. And I finished The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. So another young adult title. I don't usually read a ton of those, but Heather's been telling me to read The Knife of Never Letting Go for years. And so now I have the Ask and Answer to read next. So that's it. That's all from Estella's Revenge. That's what's going on with me. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for hanging in. You know, most of you are probably here reading and commenting a lot of the time. Hopefully I have some new visitors come in for Armchair BEA this week. And it's wonderful to have you, and I hope to visit your blogs soon. You guys have a great week. Bye-bye.